Alright guys, Alpha Hemi Gamer here, back again with another episode of Biggest Winners and Losers, this time La Royale edition. We got some nice mechanics this update. We've got actual visible wires for wire-guided ATGMs now. There's some updated physics models for the AA guns and for the ATGMs. There's high drag bombs in the game, so you can fly low altitude and drop bombs and not blow yourself up. And of course, there's lots more. But let's get into the biggest winners and losers of this patch. So I'm going to try a different format. I'm going to go over the top 5 winners and the number 1 loser for this patch. So of course, the number 1 winner here is going to be France, because the French Navy has arrived and is now in closed beta testing. So that is going to be pretty cool for you naval fans out there who've been waiting on the French Navy. And France is still winning here with the Mirage 2005F, which brings really good air-to-ground tools. It's looking pretty nice. It's got a nice targeting pod, some really good precision guided munitions. Of course, on the air-to-air side for the 2005F, it's still using the Magic 2s and the Super 530. So same air-to-air ordnance as the other Mirage 2000. But as Gaijin gets into active radar missiles, you can expect the Mirage 2005F to get things like the Mica. So looking forward to when that comes. On the ground side of things, France finally got a nice high-tier light vehicle. It's a premium though, so that might put you off, but it's the VBCI-2 MCT-30 30mm gun, no spike missiles or anything, but the gun is supposedly really nice. I haven't tried it out myself. I plan on picking this vehicle up. And that's not all for France. They got another ground vehicle, the AMX-30 AUF-1, which is a self-propelled artillery piece, 155mm gun. Looks pretty cool. Can't wait to get my hands on that. So moving on to number 2, and the biggest winners is the USA. The F-14B came, which was, been waiting on this one for a while if you're a Tomcat fan. I did a video on my first impressions of this jet. Go check that out if you're interested at all. Alright, so just looking at the highlights here, the other major vehicle that the US got this time was the M1 KVT, which is a Rank 6 premium tank in M1 Abrams with some cosmetics on it. I mean, it's got little fake era blocks on it. It's just cosmetic, guys. Don't think you really have era on the M1. But that's kind of it for the US. All right, so coming in at number 3 here is Italy with the Tornado ADV. I know Britain has a version of this. I wish that Italy got theirs at the same time, but they had an F-16, so it was all good. But now the Italian mains can finally be happy they have theirs. I think the real prize here was Italy got, I didn't expect this, but they got the Freccia infantry fighting vehicle with Spike fire and forget missiles. So not the only vehicle with fire and forget missiles. The Chinese reward vehicle for the event had fire and forget missiles, but these are actually good. The Spikes are actually good. So bravo for France. Coming up next is Russia with the Su-25T and the Su-39. These are anti-tank focused versions of the Frogfoot. One, is premium, the Su-39. Russia probably really didn't need these aircraft. I mean, I'm going to use them though. I already bought the Su-39, and flying around with Vickers is pretty cool. I like it. Also, the Su-39 has infrared countermeasures, which, I don't know. Maybe it's saved me a couple of times already, but it's good to have it. Gaijin is calling them directional infrared countermeasures, so I don't see what the azimuth is. I don't think it's in the material they gave with the jet, but it has to be like a cone coming off the back of the jet, so it's not going to give you 360-degree protection. And that's in addition to, the chaff and flares. So they're packing it in with the Su-39 because in addition to the Mercury targeting pod that the Su-25T can carry, the Su-39 can also carry the Kopio 25 radar, which is an air-to-ground radar and an air-to-air radar, which is actually pretty good. So, you're able to target vehicles on the ground with the air-to-ground mode. I mean, I've used it a little bit, not a whole lot. I haven't incorporated it yet into my tactics, but it's there and I like it. All right, so closing out with Russia here, they got 2 major ground vehicles, the BTR-80A, which is pretty cool. I was weird that it's finally coming now. I would have thought the BTR-80 would have been here a long time ago. And they also got the Object 435, which looks to be a cool little tank. I want to check that out. It looks pretty interesting. Moving on to the last, number 5 biggest winner is China, because they got the JF with PL8s, which are really just Python 3s, and they really are the best all aspect infrared guided missiles in the game right now. With the JF, you also get a helmet mounted sight to help aim those 40G overload PL8s, and you also get a pulse Doppler radar, so a good look down set finally for the J8. So before you get a little bit too carried away, yes, you can carry 6 PL8s, but keep in mind this aircraft does not have radar missiles. At 11.7, you're going to be facing 12.0s quite a bit, so it probably will be a little bit tough. Alright, so just closing out here with China, they got the ZTZ-88B, you know, an 8.7 tank, and Object 211, which is kind of looks like a PT-76 to me. So moving on to the biggest loser. And you know, I hate this part of these videos because it's usually Japan, and it is Japan. So Japan, you know, they do get some vehicles. Some of the important vehicles are the Type 87P, and they got the IJN Izzy or Isai. I probably am saying that wrong, mispronouncing that. I'm gonna go with Izzy. It's a battleship, so it's something. All right, guys. So what do you think about this this update? I kind of went over the highlights here, and I wanted to keep the format a little bit shorter than these videos usually are. Let me know what you think of it. I'll see you in the future. Thanks a lot.